All right, this next one actually bugs me a little bit. More hardcore game types, like you promised. What the F are you talking about? Okay, listen. Modern Warfare 3 has more game types available than any previous Call of Duty ever. I think I counted 25 or something like that. 25 different playlists, okay? And if I go into the hardcore playlist and I count the number of players, and this is on PS3 right now, there are a total of actually I don't even have a total. I added up the total, but as a percentage of all players online, there is approximately 6% of all players online right now playing Modern Warfare 3 are actually playing hardcore game types. And there are 6 of them. Hardcore, Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirm, Free For All, Domination, Search and Destroy, Headquarters Pro. What more do you want, guys? What more do you want? Again, it's another minority of players that are trying to make a big splash on YouTube because they're quote unquote big YouTubers. Whatever. They have so many more. They should actually get rid of. If I look at the hardcore game types, the two that are least played are the Free For All and Hardcore Headquarters Pro. There are about 1,000 players in each out of 345,000 total players online. They need to get rid of the ones that people aren't playing, and those are the ones that are played the least. If I look at any of the other playlists outside of Bare Bones is actually the one that's played completely the least. But out of that, that's actually part of the advanced playlist. So Bare Bones, Hardcore Free For All, and Headquarters Pro, the Hardcore Headquarters Pro, should all be removed and replaced with something else. So you're going to lose 2 hardcore modes. In my opinion, you should actually lose 2 hardcore modes instead of gaining more. Where's the logic? I don't understand what the logic is. I don't know. Maybe it's different on Xbox. Maybe everybody plays hardcore on Xbox. I haven't gone on and looked at the percentage of players, but I can probably bet that it's going to be probably around nearly the same percentage. All right, and this also ties into the Better COD Elite playlist, and I think you're going down the wrong road with this one too. Again, the percentage of players, and this is on actually release day of Overwatch, and we probably have I can actually calculate it up right now. We have nearly 8,000 playing the Team Deathmatch stuff, 1,333 on objectives, and the Mosh Pit plus 1,538 divided by the total number of players online, and you got 3%. So you got actually 3% of players, all players online, that are actually playing these game modes, and you want more. My problem, the solution is not adding more game types into the Elite playlist. My solution is to not give the Premium Elite members access to the maps ahead of time. You want to pay for Premium Elite? My solution is that you pay for Premium Elite. You get the maps for free, but you get them the same as everybody else. But they're not going to do that because they want people to buy it. But I still don't think that they should add more. I did complain about the Elite objectives because they didn't include Search and Destroy, but then they ended up resolving that. But I still don't think they should add more playlists. Again, you look at it from the number of players that are actually playing online. You're talking 3% of total players, yet you want more playlists in that section. I can see them actually getting rid of, maybe adding one and separating out, just having Elite TDM and then Elite Domination and Kill Confirmed as 2 separate, because the majority of players online actually play the highest played game list or game type is actually Team Deathmatch, so it may make sense in the Elite playlist to change that. But again, to come out and have this demand, or we're going to black out your game because we want another playlist in the Elite section, is just ridiculous. All right, next one is objective stats and scoreboard. Again, probably more like Black Ops, where I talked to Hyper, and he mentioned that it'd be kind of cool if on Domination it would actually show just more than the kills and deaths. It would actually show the flag captures, for instance. And I think that's I think it's a valid thing. Does it go back to Broken Promises? No, I don't think so. Were these stats included in Modern Warfare 2. I don't believe so. Um, and it just goes back again. We have a flip flop of developers developing these games, and they're not going to be the same. So that's the way it is. All right, so the next one's nerf to weapons, and in brackets they got akimbo machine pistols. I guess they're only worried about akimbo machine pistols at this time. I think it was the FMGs last time, and once they, if and when they do actually nerf akimbo machine pistols, we'll probably move on to another weapon, possibly the MP7. Maybe they should nerf that as well, or do something to that. And then after that, it's just going to be the next weapon that some popular YouTuber says, "Hey, this is a great class. Everybody should use this, and you'll do well." And then all of a sudden everybody's dying by that weapon, and they should nerf that one. Did I make my point? All right, next one, removal of salt streaks from support strike package, and I can see, I think, which ones they're really talking about, like the stealth bomber and the escort airdrop, and I think it's just really a connotation thing. Well, that's really it's an assault. You're getting kills. It's not like supporting the team necessarily, although, when you typically get kills, it supports the team. Maybe it had to do because there were only, if you remove the stealth bomber and the escort airdrop, for instance, you only have 10 point streak rewards under support, as opposed to the total of 15 under assault. Well, I don't know. Is it a big deal, really? Is it that big a deal that to make this kind of deal out of that? I don't know, man. Come on. Really? What do you guys think? Honestly, what do you guys think? Because I know I'm going to take a lot of hate on this on these videos, just because people like getting behind something when, yeah, we're going to stick it to the man, we're going to stick it to Infinity Ward, we're going to stick it to Activision, and people get all pumped up and get behind a movement. But is that all it is here, guys? Honestly, be honest with me. I mean, you can hate on me for my opinion. I think it's just a lot of hype more than anything, and I think it's just a very minority amount of people that are going after these things. All right, this is the second last one. I know this is going on forever, and I like to blabber a lot, but whatever. Removal of death streaks. Not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. Death streaks have been around since Modern Warfare 2. Maybe they'll remove it in Black Ops 2, but you think that, again, I'm going to black out, I'm not going to play for a day, and they'll get rid of death streaks. Guys, get real. Are you freaking kidding me? Maybe they could nerf Dead Man's Hand. I don't know. But that's, honestly, I'm looking at it, you gotta die 6 times in a row before you get Dead Man's Hand. Come on. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, it sucks when I get killed by it, but to be honest, the guy died 6 times, and he just got a kill from it, so he's not going to get that again unless he dies 6 more times. So is it that, martyrdom, the final stand, everybody gets pissed off about final stand? At least it's not last stand as a perk. It's a death streak. And again, these have been around. These have been around, guys, and it's just because certain people complain about it, and they get pissed off when they're trying to get their Moab, and they get taken out by Dead Man's Hand. They get all up in arms, and that's why it's on this list, in my opinion. And I think this last one, I'm going to take some heat on all this, aren't I? Bring it on! Bring it! Introduction to LAN settings for competitive events. And I think there are a couple things. I think one had to do with like a timer. I can't say I quite understand everything involved with this one. I've seen some videos, from some quote-unquote big YouTubers. Save MLG! Save competitive! And I think one of the things is that not necessarily everything's unlocked if you go into like a LAN party, for instance. So yeah, I think there may be some issues there that I think have been on the table with Infinity Ward for some time. I remember Bowling tweeting about it on several occasions. So maybe that's a valid thing again for a very minority. If you add up all the people that bought Call of Duty, these people that do competitive events, LAN events, are again in a very, very small minority. I'm just saying, compared to the total number of sales or people playing Modern Warfare 3 right now, it's a very, very small minority of players that this would impact. Do I understand there's a lot of money and there's a lot of other things behind it? I don't know what the reasons are for not including it. I have no idea. All I'm saying is that it's, again, it's a minority of players that it's impacting. All right, guys, that's about all I had. Sorry again for spanning 2 videos on this stuff, but I like getting into this stuff in great detail and discussing it. Like I said, I'm not completely against all these things that are mentioned in this video. What I'm against is trying to do this blackout thing. Number one, isn't going to get you anywhere. And again, going back to the Battlefield 3 blackout, you can correlate it all you want. I doubt there's any correlation that really exists. Maybe it pushed them to release the information a little bit sooner. But again, they were coming out with that patch stuff anyway. And if they want to support the game, I mean, they'll come up with the stuff. Do I think there are some valid points made in all this? Absolutely. I think there's some things that they need to bring to the table. I don't think it's as bad as these guys make it out to seem. And I think a lot of the problems that are created have to do with the fact that these guys are proliferating this stuff on YouTube as it is. Not only with, am I complaining about a weapon because it's overpowered, or because some big YouTuber said this is the class to use and everybody's using it and that just happens to be what you get killed by most often? I'm not saying there aren't weapons that are more powerful than other ones. That will always be the case. Always, always, always. You can go back to any CoD and complain about weapons in particular. Always. It's always going to exist. Is that something to get up in arms about? I guess. I guess some people are. And the list, it goes on and on. More hardcore game types. Come on, man. This is 6% of players playing hardcore. Get the hell out of town, right? But again, like, some of this stuff should be addressed. I think it's on the list. I mean, I'd rather get this hacking out of the way and have them put their efforts towards hacking and making changes to some of the ways that they roll out this stuff in Elite, rather than a lot of this stuff. And to go back and say, well, these are all broken promises. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Point me to some official statements where all this stuff was promised. Every single one of these line items was promised before you bought Modern Warfare 3, because I doubt you can link me to it. Maybe one or two things, and like I said, the lag compensation has been vastly improved since launch, and it was the same thing with Black Ops. So, I complain about Black Ops because they didn't give the PS3 enough love right at the beginning. It was the one that was sort of left out in the cold. So, people are always going to have their issues. I don't support the Blackout. If you want to support a cause and you want to support, and you are dead set against Infinity Ward and Modern Warfare 3 and Activision, don't buy their fucking games. Don't buy the fucking DLC. Okay? That's the way you do it. You don't buy their shit. You don't buy their shit, they don't make money. They're gonna friggin' adapt, aren't they? Come on, Blackout. Piss off. I'm Spider-Bite and I'm out.